Hey everybody, welcome back to another live stream. Hey everybody, welcome back to another live stream. This is our Sunday Q&A with the CMO Gene. Our normal charity party has been moved for World Ocean Day, and you should tune in on Tuesday to catch that. I'm here in Miami. I am sunburnt. I am in a hotel. I actually pushed my flight back a full day to get a bunch of meetings done in person here in Miami that are going to be crucial. So I'm super excited about that. Um, the conference has been incredible. The energy is beyond compare. Everybody in crypto is here. Got to meet some amazing team members. It's been incredible. It's been incredible. The website launched. The merch launched. You got to see the first look at the new NFTs, and the NFTs will be dropping soon. So many amazing things happening, and here we have the man, the myth, the legend, Gene, our chief marketing officer. Gene, how are you?
I'm good, Alex. It's actually 12 a.m. here, so I guess it's good afternoon to our our supporters in the U.S. Good evening to to my friends in the Philippines, and of course it's also 12 a.m. here in Taipei. I'm doing good. A bit nervous. This is the first time that I'm going out behind the scenes and talking with you. I think it's time that I address personally all this hashtag when marketing questions that our community has. I am generally excited for the month of June. I want the community to remember that we're going 2 months, right, and all of this will be for the community.
Yes, 100%. I know that Gene has been working so hard behind the scenes, working on literally every time zone you can imagine. And now finally, he's going to be able to launch his Twitter. He's going to be able to launch that marketing box that you can see right there, and get all of your when marketing questions answered. But some incredible
Right.
things he's been doing. So, Gene, before we get into further details, can you kind of talk about what June 7th will signify?
Right. So for those who haven't followed me yet on Twitter, so you can follow me at GEMERHODE. So I've been telling stuffs like bigger, bolder, and global. And I think for for at this moment we can talk about going bigger. And as we go 2 months and we look back at what we've achieved as a family and as a team.
Right.
Elongate has donated more than $2.9 million to charities all over the world, helping people from all walks of life, right? And as we go forward, I think June is a month for the community, right? We want to celebrate with them, and as we go towards that astronomical and sustainable growth. I want to emphasize these two things. Although paradoxical, that is something that we want to go for: astronomical and sustainable growth. For our vision as a charitable token, the first and the biggest one, and also as a token for the community and by the community. So I think that's one thing that I want to to share with the community right now.
Yeah, you've been tweeting your personal mission for marketing with Elongate, which is bigger, bolder, global. What does that mean?
Right. So I think when we talk about going bigger, right now we have 468,000 holders, right? And across our socials we have 300,000 followers, and I want to see that bigger. And I think that means more markets, more regions, right, and paired up with big exchange listings.
Amazing. So, speaking of, we played the little intro teaser at the beginning of this live stream. So, what do you think? What's that about?
Right. So, for those who haven't been following me on Twitter and of course at Elongate OG, I mean, we've been telling, right, from the start to the finish of this AMA, there will be bits and pieces that will be, that the community will be getting, and this goes back to what we have in store for them. And I think those seven dots, right, that we were showing as a teaser, right, in this start, it's actually about one big exchange listing that we will be having this June. We're talking about one top 20 big exchange listing with a 24-hour trading volume of 1.5 to 2 billion US dollars. And when it comes to market, they have a market in Russia, in Southeast Asia, in China, in the US and Europe. These are very, very big and diverse markets, right, that we're talking about. And yeah, I mean, I'm happy to say, right, kudos to Hassan, our chief technology officer, and Lorenzo Andre, right, our CEO, that we are landing in LBank this June.
LBank, you just spilled the beans. The top 20 exchange that we're landing in is LBank. Amazing,
Right,
amazing. Now the community is not going to have to wait very long to hear more details, right? In 11 hours, do I have that right?
right. Yeah. So for our community, I want you to remember that, because I think, now we're talking about, hashtag when marketing, and probably the next question is when listing.
Yeah.
You'll just have to wait 11 hours. We're going to spill that information of when we're going to officially land in LBank. You have my word.
So in 11 hours, we will officially reveal the countdown for our LBank activation.
Right.
Amazing, amazing. Yeah, I know that Lorenzo and Hassan have even more news to follow up with about our future exchange listings. They're going to be knocking them down like dominoes.
Right. No, I think, this is also a moment for me to invite Lorenzo and Hassan. I mean, this is not, this is just the second, big exchange listing that we're having. And I know they have a lot in store for us. So, Lorenzo and Hassan, join us next time in the AMA.
Yes, yes, and I mean we have a big. You've been saying bigger, bolder, global. We have a big story to tell.
Right. Yeah, and I think the next point that I want to give across our community tonight is going bolder. In the month of June, as I was saying, is for our community, and that means spreading that general brand awareness. Who is Elongate, right? What is the vision that we have, not just for our charities but also for our community supporters, right? And the month of June means that collaborations and partnerships with mainstream and regional celebrities and influencers out there. And we're not just talking about a few millions of of followers that they have in their pages, or in their brands, but we're talking about perhaps 20 million followers, for example. And this is not just focused on one platform, so to speak. I mean, we're going to celebrate with them across Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, and also TikTok, for example. And I want to get the community excited because this is something that is in the pipeline this June, and they don't have to wait very long. I mean, June 7 is dropping very soon. We're talking about just a day from now. They just have to watch out.
Yep, we kicked off the month of June with our incredible Miami takeover. June 7th is just the next step of what we've got planned for the whole month. So I really want the community to watch out for what's coming out this June. And if you have any suggestions or questions for Gene and the marketing team, you can, like he said, reach out to him on Twitter at Gene Road, or you can even, right here, you can contact him marketing at elongate.cc. His ear is always there. So, going global, right? You've been talking about going global. So, what else do you want to talk about there?
I think before we end this live stream, it's very important to emphasize that going global. And I think in the cryptocurrency space, this is something that not every token is able to achieve. But I am very very excited and very proud to say that we're going through that path. And in the cryptocurrency space, they always say that when 10x, right? I mean 10x, for example, right? And when we talk about touching upon places, upon cities, upon countries, we're not just talking about one or two or three countries. we're talking about a lot. And when I say a lot, it's really, many countries that we're talking about, and it's a fraction of the whole countries there is in the world. And I'm happy to say that it's more than 10x. I mean, literally, and I'm very excited about that.
I don't think that we should forget that the last time we hit our all-time high and the last time that we really reached the next rung on the ladder of support and growth was when we launched in two cities, New York and LA, right? That was incredible. That was an amazing feeling, and that was two cities. So now I see in your Twitter that you've been talking about witnessing more details from start to finish. Is that right?
Right. Yeah. Yeah. So to all our viewers today, yeah, I mean, there is still, a lot of details that we will be dropping in this AMN, literally from the start to the finish. And when we're talking about global, we're really going global.
Amazing. So, uh, I want to recognize that your marketing specialists have been incredible. So, do you want to talk more about like the
Right.
regionalization?
I think, when we go global, I think this is also very important, right? That we transcend, languages and cultures and barriers. And, I have to, give my kudos, right, to the team. So I'm happy to say that as part of my team, we have, marketing specialists in APAC, in EMEA, and the US. And, all of them are working very hard, to research, right, how we, explore our uncharted water, so to speak, right? And I am happy to say that we are launching one of our regional channels today. So join me as as we welcome, for example, Facebook elongate Greater China. And I'm happy to say that in 24 hours, we will also be dropping our first localized white paper in simplified and traditional Chinese. Well, I think this is very important, right? Because if we're expecting to be in that big exchange listing, that everyone wants us to be in, and that is that has a focus in the Asian market, so we have to be ahead of the game, and we have to start regionalizing, right, and localizing our language, our vision, and sort of like give that access to many markets, right, and many regions.
Amazing. And you can join that community right there on the screen, fb.com/, elongate Greater China. So that's amazing. And I also want to point out that Bitmart was such a huge milestone, and they are number 112 on the exchange listings. 112. And LBank is in the top 20. That is a galaxy of difference. So people are saying that it is hashtag genius. Genius.
No, I'm happy to hear that. And if we just look at our history, right, and legacy. So we started with Bitmart, and now we're going LBank. So I mean, we're probably going where we want to be very soon. And before we go there, right? I mean, we have to put a lot of things in place. We have to operate as professional as possible. We have to give that general awareness to the whole world, right? And that's I was saying, we have to go global.
Yep.
Also, I think I want to take this opportunity to tell our community that we have an innovations department, in Elongate. And if you have that vision for Elongate, if you have that idea that you want to share with the team, you can give them an email. You can say hi to them at innovation@elongate.cc.
Amazing. I think this is going to be the best time to just take some questions from the audience, right? This is your debut on stage. You've got the Twitter, you've got the marketing at elongate.cc, but here you are on live stream right now. So, can we get you to answer some questions from the audience?
Sure, let's do that.
Amazing, amazing. I'm going to be looking at the chat right here. I'm sure they're going to be coming in. Um, let's see. Gene, what is what's your past marketing experience?
Well, I think this is something that I have not talked about a lot because I actually come from the medical device industry as a full-time marketer and PR guy as well. So I've been working, for years in this space, but it's just that in the medtech and pharmaceutical industry, we have to be very, careful, and everything that we do is, very much
Mm-hmm.
different from different industries. So for example, if they look at my LinkedIn, I actually don't talk about much of, my marketing activities in my day job. So that is something that I've not talked about. But marketing has been something that I actually worked on since I was 16. It's one of my passion. For a time I also worked in research, so I'm a guy who always looks at the bigger picture, does his due diligence, does his research, and just looks at the big picture, right, and tries to find action items that I need to execute when we look at the overarching marketing operations goal, the marketing vision, and sort of like getting that vision across to the whole world.
Yeah, yeah. You know what? Gene has really impressed me in terms of being a puzzle piece guy. When I'm talking about something that's going to happen in the next 2 days, Gene is talking about something, and he's talking about how is that puzzle piece going to connect to what we're going to do in 2 years. He is always looking at the big picture. People are asking what in your mind is going to be the biggest market for Elongate? Is it India? Is it Greater China? What do you think?
I think the numbers don't lie, right? And if we go a bit general, it's Asia Pacific. The numbers say that the market is in Asia Pacific, but that doesn't mean, right, that we only have to focus on one. I mean, I think in my position, it is in my best interest, right, and duty to look at the bigger picture, right? Look at the global landscape there is for the crypto industry, and sort of like understand, right, what are the market needs and interests per region, per country, and just put those pieces in place, right? If we're talking about marketing assets, right, in localized languages, right, that is something that we're working on every now and then. And I think it's not a question of which country to focus on, right, but to find the balance of operating every day, day and night, 24/7, right, and sort of hit the global landscape, and also go into regions, right, so that once we reach more exchange listings, we're covered airtight end to end.
Amazing. One person asked, "What are your plans to focus on the Asia market?" And obviously, LBank will do a lot there, right?
Right, yeah. No, as we were saying, right, I mean, we're putting things in place. I mean, kudos to Hassan and Lorenzo, as I was saying, who's working very hard on getting us the right exchange listings. Now we're going to LBank. I mean, one of their biggest markets, it's China and Southeast Asia. And we'll move on from that. I mean, from sort of that global perspective and regional perspective, and just go on from there.
Amazing. Um, One person asked, "What will be the elongate pair in LBank?" Do we know that, or is that a Hassan question? Is it USDT?
That is something that they have to find out in 11 hours.
Okay, got it.
But
We'll find
yeah,
out in 11 hours.
but they can ping Hassan at Hassan Aziz UK in Twitter if they have that question.
Got it. Perfect. Gene, will you be joining us for next year's Miami conference?
I mean, I would love to, right? I mean, the only bottleneck, right, that we're having right now is this COVID situation, and I think it's in our best interest, right, to stay safe, and to follow those rules and regulations in different countries. And that is something that I hope would disappear right in the near future. I mean, as my duty, I would be very excited and looking forward to do business development goals, going through business deals, or flying around the world, and sort of like getting that elongate vision across. I am actually going on a TV interview here in Taiwan in June 8th. So this is something that I'm very serious about. So
Amazing.
yeah, I mean, very soon. I mean, I want to be in the next few conferences that we'll be having.
Amazing. Gene is going on TV June 8th in his home country. Gene, people want to know, do you have any pets?
I have. I mean, back in the Philippines, we have at least 8 dogs. But of course, I'm here in Taipei. I didn't bring them. They're with my family back in the Philippines. Well, I'm a pet lover.
One person asked if bigger, bolder, and global is the current campaign theme what do you think would be up next? What would be the focus?
I think it's not a question of the campaign theme, so to speak, but going from bigger, bolder, and global. I think it's expanding that global strategy and and making sure that the general awareness is out there, right? I mean, I would want to see, right, if we go to Brazil, where people only know about Bitcoin. I want, in the next few months or maybe next year, that when we talk about crypto, what they will say is, "Oh, crypto, that's elongate." This is something that I want to happen.
Amazing. Somebody asked, what can you tell us about the Bitcoin conference in Miami this weekend? Any connections or surprises coming out of it? So I can say yes, a lot of things coming out of it. A lot of it was just shaking hands and getting to know some really, really key people in the space. So, of course, there's going to be meetings and conversations that follow, in person here because I push my flight back a day, and also virtually over the next coming weeks and months. So those connections have been crucial. A lot of people that got to know me personally and got really excited about my heart for it, the team's heart for it, and what we're trying to do and where we're trying to push it. So a lot of that is going to escalate and snowball over the next week. So we're excited about it. Um, Let's see. People are asking about the tokenomics schedule for LBank. I think all of those technical details are going to come out in 11 hours, right?
Right. Correct.
Perfect. Perfect. Um, let's see. What else? What are people saying? Any more questions for Gene? Um, people are asking about their countries of choice. Like, what is your Africa plan? What is your Paris plan? People are asking all kinds of stuff like that.
No, I
Um,
think I think my shortest answer to that is that is why we're having marketing specialists stratified according to the region, right? So that we have that game plan, that marketing strategy, that promotional strategy to authenticate the elongate story in all of these countries.
Amazing. People are saying, could we ever do our own conference? And I think the answer is yes, we absolutely could, and it's something we want to do. I would love to do a conference intersecting crypto and philanthropy. I'd love to host that. What do you think?
I think we'll make that happen.
I think we'll make it happen as well. It'd be amazing. Um, okay, so anything else you want to say before we sign off about June 7th, which is tomorrow?
Well, as I was saying, right, from the start to finish, they should observe. They should watch all the details that we'll be sharing here in the live stream. Maybe once we sign off, it's not yet done. Also, they should follow my Twitter at Genero, GENERHODE, for more details on what's to come, in 24 hours.
Amazing. Well, thank you, Gene. It's been a real treat having you on the stage with me. I look forward to having you back again very soon. Everybody, you can contact him by email. You can contact the innovation team by email. You can join the Elongate Greater China group on Facebook, and you can follow Gene on Twitter to ask all of your marketing questions. So, what do you think? Roll the clip?
Yeah, and then yeah, let's regroup on the next Win Marketing AMA session.
Amazing. All right. We'll talk to you soon, Gene. Bye.
Bye.